Hello, I'm from the Bogside and I grew up in the Bogside in Derry. Our house was the second last house in the city, just half a mile away from the border with Donegal. There was days we would be back and forth 7 times with a small farm in Donegal, and so I have no respect for the border. But the Irish Freedom Party is in favour of a sovereign, independent and reunited Ireland. For that to come about, we need both the North and the South either inside or outside the European Union at the same time. For Ireland to be independent, Ireland must be free of Brussels control in the south, and it must be free of London and Brussels control in the north. At the moment, the north of Ireland, the 6 counties, is in the EU's single market for goods, and it's in the EU's customs union. For all intents and purposes to do with trade, it's a member of the European Union. Now, I have a problem with this. One, it prevents us achieving a sovereign, reunited Ireland. Two, as a Democrat, the UK as a constitutional unit in 2016 voted to leave the EU in toto. Well, that vote should be respected and implemented. That means the north of Ireland, 6 counties, should leave the EU single market and customs union. Thirdly, Ireland, the north of Ireland, remaining in the EU single market and customs union, undermines and trashes basically the Good Friday Agreement, Article 1 of which says that the constitutional status can only be changed by consent. Well, it has happened and there's been no consent. Fourth point is that we know that a reunited Ireland can only come about by consent. So it's not a matter of bullying or outbreeding Protestants into a united Ireland, but more of a seduction and bringing up the things that we have in common rather than we have apart. And with Protestants and Unionists in the north, many of them are socially conservative, they're pro-life, they are Eurosceptic and pro-Brexit. Now, Irish nationalists in the south who are pro-life, socially conservative and pro-Brexit and pro-Irexit make a much better marriage than the opposite situation. So my case is that the north of Ireland should leave the single market and the customs union. We should discard the Northern Ireland Protocol. The north of Ireland out of the EU in toto would then give an economic and political imperative for the south to leave the European Union. It would then be possible for the Ireland north and south to be reunited. So my name is Hermann Kelly. I am president of the Irish Freedom Party. Gora Magatsa.
You're happy, Sinn Féin are happy to be controlled, the whole of Ireland, to be controlled by Brussels. You're not a Republican party, you're just a European Unionist party. But what is even worse is, in the downturn with Anglo-Irish relations, is the relationships with people, Protestants and Unionists in the north. If we want to grow and develop towards a united Ireland, while we have to have good relationships with Ulster loyalists and unionists in the north, and the best thing to do was that, like they're more socially conservative than down south. They are in the main part for Brexit, for leaving the EU and taking back control of their destiny. And